Hi, welcome to Bookkeeping Basics. My name is Alison Mead from Silicon Bullet, and I'm here to help you fall in love with your bookkeeping. In this episode of my podcast, I'm going to talk about choosing the right product. There's going to be lots of things that you need to think about. So I'll just give you a few pointers now. Who's going to be doing the bookkeeping? Are you going to be planning it to do it yourself, or are you going to be getting somebody else to do it? Will they be office-based or will they be remote? You might want to decide whether you want cloud or desktop software, and that really makes a difference as to who needs to have access to your bookkeeping. When you think about how many people might need access as well, have you got to worry about security? If you're a business owner doing your own bookkeeping, but you have staff that you want to put invoices and things in, do you need to have a system that allows you to block off areas so they can't see it? You might not want them to see all your bank details or the wages information. You need to think about what invoicing is required if you need invoices at all. Not all bookkeeping systems need them. I'm going to be covering invoicing in more detail in episode 3. You also need to think about VAT registration. Do you even need to be VAT registered? Is it something that you need to think about? Now, the way I advise most people to think about that is think about who your customers are. If your customers are going to be VAT registered businesses, then it can make sense to go VAT registered straight away. There's a limit of taxable turnover of £85,000. When you've hit that limit, you then will need to become VAT registered. So if it looks like you might be hitting that target, then it's something you're going to have to think about. And if your businesses are VAT registered, then you want to do it straight away. But if you're looking after customers, end users, just Joe blogs, say you're a hair salon or something like that, then going VAT registered before you need to means that your prices are going to be higher because you're going to have to charge that back to your clients and they're not going to be able to claim it back. Make sure as well that your product is going to be GDPR compliant, especially if you are in the UK. There's a lot of products that are based. For example, there's one called Wave that's a Canadian product, and it's a little bit unclear as to whether that's compliant. You're going to be keeping personal data if you're going to be raising invoices, and you've got to make sure that you know where that data is stored and where it's going to be. And also, when you are VAT registered, there is a thing called making tax digital. And basically all that means is that you have to send your VAT return digitally to the HMRC. So you've got to make sure that your packages do comply with that as well. So think carefully about your product. Make sure that you consider all of these items. It might be that if you have a bookkeeper in mind, talk to them and find out which product is the one that they're comfortable with and which one they use. Personally, I recommend Xero if you need a cloud solution, and I recommend Sage 50 if you need a desktop solution. And they both have unique things that they are good at. So you really need to talk to somebody in detail. The worst thing that you can possibly do is go onto a Facebook forum and just say, which cloud package should I use? Or which accounts package should I use? Because everyone will just tell you their favorite and the one that they use. And you really need to find the package that's right for you. So talk to a bookkeeper or an accountant, or talk to me and make sure you get the right one. So I hope that's given you a few things to think about. I'm going to sign off now. It's Alison from Silicon Bullet. Thanks, bye. To find out more and to get all the episodes in this podcast, then subscribe to me on your favourite podcast platform. Look for Bookkeeping Basics. To get more Xero and Sage tips and advice, then go to blog.siliconbullet.com or look for me on Silicon Bullet on YouTube, where you will see me giving bookkeeping tips, usually walking my dog Daisy.